say we just,
Keep
maybe
going.
a minute on each slide, and then we could have some time for some dialogue and questions?
Yeah, we'll crank it out.
Okay.
All right, so the fire program, we are accredited by state fire training, and so they come out every 5 years and put us through the ringer, which they should, because we basically, they investigate, look at, document, review everything that we do here, all our instructors, all our instructor certifications, all our equipment. So it's a great opportunity to make sure that we're doing everything right. And so we prepare for it, we get it done. So since I've been here, I've done 2. So I got hired, and 2 months later, we're doing accreditation. And so then we just finished it back in November, and it was seamless, and it was great. It took a little bit. We have great support in our admin office. We have a lady named Nicole Soto and another lady named Donna Prack, and they are amazing, right? They really do most of the work. But so we do the state fire training curriculum, so we follow that. So everyone's certified. We have the Firefighter Academy, and it's 24 units for the intensive component. And so that includes the prereqs and the academy. So the academy is 585 hours, and then we have 3 prereqs. And so once they complete the Firefighter Academy, they actually get a certificate of achievement. So we have a completer because of that 24 units. So they leave here and they're ready to go. And a lot, like I said, a lot of them get hired. Between CAL FIRE, probably 15 get hired. Marin County has their own hand crew, and we hire about 5 of those, or they hire about 5 students. And then we have 2 or 3 people that go to full-time fire departments right after they leave the academy. So we're doing pretty good. So our goal is train them and get them jobs and have them start working. So we do the AS degree certificates also. We have a company officer degree, so if someone wants to be a captain or lieutenant or a fire chief, we have that path. Or if they just want to do a general fire technology program or certificate, they can do that also, which is great. And then also we have a lot of in-service classes. And so when people or firefighters have been on the job for a little while and they decide, hey, you know what, I want to be a captain, I want to be a hazmat specialist, whatever it is, they can come here and we can put them through that program. We have about 600 students a semester go through the fire program. A lot of them are online and a lot of them are here. So it's a great opportunity to get people through our system, spreading the word, and when they come back, because I always invite them back because we always need instructors, and some of them come back and they do a great job, and they can talk about being here and then sharing their experience, and then especially if they're local, it's like, hey, you know what, I was in your academy 2 years, and they're talking to the students. If, I was in this academy 3 years ago, 2 years ago, and now I'm helping. So it's kind of nice to see that full circle. All right. Art?
Okay. We're also an accredited program. We're programmatic accreditation for the paramedic program. We're program number 156 in the country. There's currently 970 programs, so longevity has been there. We do teach our entry-level course is emergency medical responder. It's really a survey class. It's designed to help introduce the industry to people who just like, what do EMS people do? We spread that out over 3 campuses now. We have had a class in Petaluma, and then our newest class is in Southwest, and at the Southwest Center. And that was very much targeted toward, we had heard that transportation in Windsor is kind of difficult if you don't have a car. And so with the help of Hector Delgado, we were able to introduce the program down there. It's been super successful. And we're seeing that coming through now. It's been about 4 years, and we're seeing how our cohorts coming in for EMT and paramedic. And we do have some moves afoot to move an EMT program down there, the actual certificate that allows you to go to work. So these are the different classes that we do. We also have an associate's degree. We provide a lot of professional education for folks that are already in the field. So a lot of their certifications, a lot of the renewal that they need to maintain in order to maintain their licensure. So we provide those as well. Most of our courses are here on this campus. importantly, storage. It's very difficult to find on other campuses that have enough storage to be able to contain the equipment. But the hope is that we will continue to kind of push out and try to meet the students where they are. Southeast Sonoma County would be a lovely place for us to be. Sonoma Valley is like this desert wasteland for us. We would love to be able to place a course down there. Yeah.
Good. So we offer multiple law enforcement training classes. We talked about that. We're governed by this agency called POST, which is Peace Officer Standards and Trainings. POST tells us the curriculum and we just present it. More to talk about that, but not terribly important with our time restraint. I really want to just touch on this. This shows that we offer a 680-hour program. That's the minimum amount that the state says we have to put on, and then our academy is 853 hours. So that extra 200 hours that we've added to the state minimum really has a focus on community service. So the recruits are getting hundreds of extra hours here at Santa Rosa Junior College because we want to produce the best peace officer candidates in the state. And I'm really passionate about that. I'm really passionate about instilling the mindset of service in your police officer candidates so that when they leave here, they have that mindset of wanting to serve. Service is it's just the cornerstone of our program. And so in those additional 200 hours that we highlight here in this slide, we focus on principal policing, community-oriented policing, victimology, de-escalation, racial profiling. And one of my favorite classes, a class that we added above and beyond the state mandates, is a community panel that we do. So we find every class, every semester, we find members of our community and we bring them to us to engage our students in meaningful dialogue about how they can best serve their community after graduation. And then also, how would you like to engage with the next generation of law enforcement officers? What questions do you have for them? And so we bring in small business leaders, church leaders, school principals, people from all over Santa Rosa, Petaluma, Cloverdale, Healdsburg, and we bring them in to talk and have open dialogue, and it's good. So that's one of the things that we've done in the last 5 years to promote service and community-minded peace officer candidates. And
Thank you for
we're doing a
this
really good job
slide.
at it.
You know, we'll get your PowerPoint, but, you know, as the bridge between Santa Rosa Junior College and the community, those standards, that awareness that you have for all those 6 or 7 areas, thank you.
I know you have some questions about this.
This
I know
really-
that
that
we'll
really
probably
needs it.
run into our time limit.
No, this
I'd love
really
to talk
needs
to you
it.
more. Okay.
This
Yeah.
is great, thank you. Very good. Very important, especially in this day and age.
Yes.
Sarah, how are we doing?
You're doing great.
Should we, just
my favorite.
questions? Does anyone have questions?
Yeah.
We love to talk and answer questions about our programs. Sir?
Yeah, I have a question. Art mentioned it, that you're doing some classes elsewhere. Before this site opened, I oversaw the Petaluma campus, and we hosted the fire in-service program there for quite a number of years. Because of its location, it was easy to get to for Napa, Solano, Marin, all the various counties. And there was 6 to 8 classes a term, and it was late afternoon, evening. Is there consideration of, for the non-equipment based courses that are just classroom, using other district facilities to try to alleviate some of your problem?
Art, you're doing that a little bit now.
Yeah, I mean, we recognize that we're out of space, and our programs continue to grow, the demand is there. So in terms of, we don't have a lot of no equipment-based programs.
Yeah,
Ours are pretty hands-on,
yours is,
but
yeah.
for the EMR course or entry-level course, the equipment load is relative, like we have a garden shed inside one of the classrooms, and we kind of push everything in there, and so that we've made it work.
Yeah.
You know, we're hoping that it's the reason why we're trying to move one of our EMT programs off of this campus to try to relieve space, but that is sort of like 3 garden sheds worth of equipment. So it's a little bit more complex.
I think it's harder for canonized programs because we learn by doing.
Yes.
So we'll spend an hour in the classroom and then we say, okay, it's time to get outside and put this to work. Let's go into the scenario village, let's get the fire trucks, let's get the police cars and the ambulances, and now let's put this to work. So we can't move our firearms range, we can't move the Connex boxes for the fire behavior stuff. So it's harder for us, it's pretty much a no. We need to be here on campus. Yeah, it's tough. It's a good question.
I'll just add on to that. So with the fire program, we've been doing a lot of dual enrollment, so with high schools and reaching out. And one thing that we've just done last year is we started a class, it's Fire 71, it's the entry level class. It's one of the prereqs for the Fire Academy, but we host it at the Hannah Center. And so we're able to get that Sonoma County or Sonoma City area, and then some students from the Hannah Center. And it's always full, you know, so I have 32 people in that class right now. So that's super helpful. And then one of our goals is we do a fire instructor class. It's a series, so you can actually be certified, because the state fire training, you have to have all these classes. So we're gonna try to move that class to the Petaluma campus, because that's where I took it, you know, 30 years ago, whatever. And then that allows people to come from near and far, and it's kind of in the middle, because Santa Rosa is a little bit of an oasis. So we're trying to spread things out to kind of relieve some of the pressure here, for sure.
And sure, that'll be our last question.
I just wanted to compliment you on doing the classes that you're doing out at the Roseland campus. I think that is so important, particularly for the student body that's in that part of the world of the junior college. And to be able to do it out there, because I'm sure if you don't have a car, this will be a long ways to go. And sometimes, as we've talked before, it's scary for kids to maybe leave kind of closer to home and come all the way up here, or all the way to junior college in Santa Rosa. And so being able to do it at the Roseland, I just think that's fabulous of you to do that. I really think that's great for our community. Thank you.
Susie, can I
So-
ask just one real quick one?
Yes, you are.
Just one real quick closing question. What can we do for you?
Raise
So we have one more
money to buy
slide.
that land.
I mean, that's why we're here. What can we do for you?
Well, we did have
Just
another
real quick.
slide that basically shows what our needs are. And we're gonna
Okay.
talk about that, but
Yeah.
understanding we're out of time.
So real quick,
Yeah.
okay, so very quickly, so we talked a little bit about what we're looking for. So my program is impacted. So we offer 40 seats in each class. So I get 60 to 70 people that apply.
Yeah.
So anything over 40, it goes to a lottery. So our goal would be to open up another academy, if not two, but one for sure. And so the issue is, you know, we talked about it, is the elbow room. So, you know, the capital improvements is something that we're kind of looking for, because, you know, having another classroom or a couple classrooms is gonna spread things out even on this campus. And especially if we're able to go to that contiguous piece of property that's next to us. You know, because we talked a little bit about going over there. It was a little pricey, and I get it. And so budgetary issues and that kind of thing.
How much are we talking about it, Rob?
So 3 acres at that time, 2 years ago, it got looked at and appraised. It was 2.1 for the property, plus another 5 for all of the water and the salamanders.
So $2.5 million.
Yeah, 2.6, yes, ma'am. Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure we can just collect money right now.
Yeah, well, we certainly also, from the scenario village, like you were out there, I'm sure the gentleman talked about this a little bit. That is a Hollywood style buildings. They were built, constructed, now almost 25 years ago, right? And they are struggling to stay open because they weren't designed as permanent buildings. And we know that, I know that all three of us at different stages have tried to figure out how do we secure funding to either repair or replace scenario village. That's like one of our big cornerstones for training. And so when we lose a building, or we've lost different buildings at different times due to the hazards associated with the students, that it hurts us, it hurts the training. We have to re-figure out what we need to do for those type of things. So that is a very significant part of our student infrastructure.
And you talked, I think Dr. Chris, you talked about going up. I mean, because we are one-story buildings here, and so since we don't have any more land, rather than spend $2.5 million to buy the property next door, we'd be better off spending $2.5 million to go up and remodel.
There's an intent, so the question the comment that you're making just sticks to, you know, there's Historic Governance Committee that looks at district-wide facilities. We have a statewide from the state level that did an assessment of the condition of our buildings, how we are with square footage. So all of that starts to inform what a plan would be for prioritization of projects.
For the bond, back to the bonding end, okay. All right, thank you, I was just curious.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like going up would make a lot more sense than fine tuning it.
And I'm coming from previous districts where we could not go out, cause it was in the more kind of urban Bay Area, so it was always looking, how do you go up? So,
Yeah. And sir, just to round out your question, round out the answer, the students are out there for all of our programs.
Yeah.
We have wait lists for all of our programs, and we could fill classes, we could add additional fire academies, additional paramedic academies, and additional police academies, but we're just out of space. We need more classroom space, so that's what we need.
And you have more jobs to fill outside.
Oh gosh, they're out there, yeah, people are, they're waiting.
Yeah. And I don't know if you had heard the comment, but CAL FIRE's changing their hourly schedule. So instead of the 2x4, they're doing a little bit different, but they have to add 2,500 now. And so people are, I mean, they're searching, scrambling. If you're 18-year-old and you can breathe, we'll teach you. Come on, So they're looking for people, and same thing with the fire departments. So Measure H, you guys probably know that it was a 0.5-cent sales tax. So in my old town, they just actually, they added 1 new fire engine. They added a 2nd battalion, right? So that equates to about another 20 people. And then they promoted a bunch of people. So I went to their badge pinning, and there was 35 people there that were in new positions, getting pinned. And but that's for every fire department in Sonoma County is gonna start adding people, right? And, stations and that kind of thing. And it's great for us, because to be honest with you, I'm not worried about a fire. Now I'm worried about an earthquake, because, we haven't had an earthquake, that on the fault that runs right through the middle of Santa Rosa in 30, 40 years, right? So that's the next big thing that we're looking, right? So with Measure H, they say 200 firefighters are gonna be hired countywide. So that equates to about 50 people more on duty every single day within the fire service. So that would be huge, but now they have to find them, they have to get them, we have to prepare them and get them jobs. That's where we're at.
I can't thank you three enough for this fascinating conversation, for all of your time you spent with us with the tour, and I think we're walking away with a lot of really tangible, compelling information to continue to be able to communicate to our community just why Santa Rosa Junior College is such a key resource in our community, and this is a huge part of that. So thank you.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we